Good morning to you folks. Sports Degenerate here in the Jersey Brickyard. This is your Fantasy Sports Morning Report. I've been seeing all these Hanes commercials with Michael Jordan calling this kind of collar bacon collar. So, this is your bacon collar edition of your Fantasy Sports Morning Report. Folks, have you noticed that smell in the air lately? Oh, that's right, the NFL season. It's almost here. It's tangible. You can taste it. But there is one drawback, and that is the NFL's most prolific diva, Brett Favre, who continues to announce his retirement. Brett, how many times can you retire? Look, I get it. I've heard you. You're done. You've given everything to football. You can't do it anymore, and oh heck, I'll play. Now let's move on to some Diamond Divas. Boston Red Sox, Cleveland Indians, they had a almost bench-clearing brawl last night. Both teams rushed the field. Well, actually, they didn't rush the field. They kind of lollygagged out on the field. Did some pushing, some shoving, some name-calling. As a matter of fact, I think at least 5 players are headed to the DL now with acute angst and hurt feelings. Well, we've certainly flown off track today. Let's hit those weather stats and talk about Marlins catcher Ronnie Paulino. You know, since the All-Star break, he hasn't exactly come out hot. As a matter of fact, he's pretty much been stone cold except for his last 5 games where he's hit safely in at least 4 of them. The good news for him tonight is that he's home against the Phillies and his weather stats look outstanding. As a matter of fact, Paulino bats .105 over his career .278 batting average with the 86 degrees forecasted for Pro Player Stadium. Now moving on to weather's darker side, Cincinnati left fielder Johnny Gomes is another guy who has not heard the starting bell since the All-Star break. He's batting a very measly .211 during his last 10 contests. He has some good news tonight in that he's facing the Pittsburgh pitching staff, but that's not going to help that much because his weather stats are in the dumps. As a matter of fact, Gomes bats .096 under his career .246 batting average with a 79% humidity forecasted for PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Moving on to bumps and bruises, very bad news again for the Boston Red Sox. This is the 14th time this season that they've had a player go to the 15-day DL. It was first baseman Kevin Youkilis, a guy who's batting well over .300. They thought he had just jammed his thumb on Monday, but now they say that he has a muscle tear in his thumb, and if it doesn't get better very soon, grim news for fantasy owners and the Red Sox, he could be done for the season because he'll need surgery. Thanks for joining us here in the Jersey Brickyard. Tune in next time because you never know when I'll be replaced by a diva who is bursting with talent.